Hello everyone, it's Prajwal Pathak this side and watching my YouTube channel pyGuru. Friends, today in this tutorial we are going to learn about Android scripting or Android automation using Python. So for this we are going to require an application that is QPython 3. You have to install it on your Android phone in order to run the scripts. Now keep one thing in mind, that the script or the code that I will be writing in this video will only work on QPython 3 and not on PyDroid 3. Okay, so you have to specifically install QPython 3 on your Android phone. Now see, I'm recording this video on my Android phone, so it's possible that my voice may not be clear or the fonts may not be visible. In that case, the source code for all this code that I have written in this video is available in the video description in the form of Jupyter notebook. You can refer to that if you are getting any errors. Okay, now said that, let's get started. So first you have to install QPython 3s on your system. Now see, there are two major versions of QPython 3, that is QPython 3l and QPython 3s. We'll be installing QPython 3s from the QPython 3 GitHub page. The link is in the video description. You can just click that and it will open in your browser. So let me just open it. So here's the GitHub page for QPython 3, as you can see. Now if you scroll down, you will see it says there are two major versions of QPython, that is QPython 3l and QPython 3s. QPython 3l is also available on Google Play, but however QPython 3s is only available here. So what you have to do, you have to install QPython 3s from here. If you are able to see this attachment, just click it and it will download the zip file on the system, extract it, and you will get the APK, install it. Okay, now what is the difference between 3l and 3s? L stands for limited permissions from the Android and S stands for sensitive permissions from Android. Okay, if you want to follow all the scripts from this video, you can install QPython 3s. Using 3s we can also make calls, send SMS and read messages or send emails. Okay, so that's why we'll be using the 3s here. Now once installed, it will appear on your home screen like this. I haven't opened it yet, so the next thing that you have to do it, just long tap it and if you will be able to see the app info here. Okay, just click it, and the thing that you have to do is you have to allow all permissions here. So as you can see here, it's written app permissions. Go here and allow all the permissions here. Okay, so I have allowed all the permissions, and the next thing that we have to do is we have to open this QPython 3. Now QPython 3 is a Python editor or IDE using which you can run and write your Python scripts on Android. So here you have to click the editor and it will open the editor page for Python. So here you have to create a new file. So I have already created here. So you can once created, you can click this save icon to save your files here. Okay, like this. Once created, we are going to import a module here that is only available on the QPython 3 and not on PyDroid 3. So what you have to do, you have to import it like this: import Android helper. Okay, so it should be Android, and if I just run this, I shouldn't be getting any error. So yes, see, it says press enter to exit, and just press enter and we'll be back to the editor page here. So the next thing that we have to do is we have to create an object of our Android helper module. Now this Android helper module, using this we will be able to automate our Android phone using Python. Okay, now Android helper uses sl4a, that is scripting layer for Android. Basically, see, not everyone knows Java. For example, me, I have no knowledge of Java, no knowledge of Android development. However, using the Android helper module or sl4a, we can automate some of the functions of the Android, or we can use some of the APIs available on our Android phones. So that's why we are using Android helper here. The next thing is you have to create an object here. So you can give your object a name. I'll simply give it the name as droid. Okay, so here you have to type Android helper. Okay, so helper dot Android. Okay, so just it, and if you again run this, you will not be getting any error. However, we have created an object of our Android class. Now we'll be able to automate our Android phone using this object here. Okay, So we'll learn each thing one by one, like how to turn on Bluetooth, how to take a picture, how to send an email, how to send a message, and lot more things. Okay, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and there are lots of things that we'll be doing in this tutorial. So yes, so the first thing that we are going to learn is how to make toast. Okay, so a toast is simply a basic small message that will appear on our screen for a short amount of time. So let's see how can we do it. So first of all, we have to write our object name, which is this, and then we have to use a method that is make toast. Okay, inside it you have to pass your message, so you can simply pass anything. I'll simply pass hello world, okay, as it our first program. So once done, you have to simply run this, and you will see on our keyboard we'll get a hello world. See, as you can see on the keyboard we got a hello world for a very short amount of time. So this is how you can make toast. Okay, basically you can use this to print the output for certain things. Okay, the next thing that we are going to learn is how to get the content of a clipboard. Okay, so basically clipboard, it stores whatever you have copied. Okay, so let me just run this. For this we'll be using the print function. Again, you can use the make toast to display the output, but I'll be using simply the print function here. So print, and then droid, this is your object name, and then here we have to use get clipboard. So type get clipboard and run this, and you will see the content of clipboard. Whatever I have copied, it will appear on my screen. So see here, it says result id equals 1, and result equals this link that I have copied previously. Okay, now this is if you can identify, it is simply a named tuple, so you can access the content using the index. So here id has the index 0, result has the index 1, and error has the index 2. So if I just pass index here as 1, you will see I'll be able to print only the link. Okay, so let me just pass index equals 1. Okay, this is how we get the index or item from a tuple or a list. Okay, so if I just run this, you will see I will only get the link that I have copied here. Okay, so this is how you can get the content of the clipboard. Again, whenever I'll pass index in square brackets, it simply means that I am getting the particular item at the particular index from the name tuple. Okay, the next thing that we are going to learn is how to turn on or off Bluetooth. Okay, so for this, first of all we'll check if our Bluetooth is on or off. So for this you can use this method droid.check Bluetooth state. I'll simply wrap it around the print function, and it will tell me if my Bluetooth is currently on or off. Okay, so let me just run this, and here if I'll get true, it means if it's on. See here, result is true, it means my Bluetooth is on. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to turn off my Bluetooth from here for this time. uh, Now I'll create a variable here res, which is result. Okay, again, as we see previously that we can access the result using the index, since it's a name tuple. So here again we can print res to check if our Bluetooth is on or off. So now this time it will say false as your Bluetooth is off here. Okay, so here I'm going to write an if else statement. If not res, it means if Bluetooth is off, what we are going to do is we are going to turn on Bluetooth. So droid dot toggle Bluetooth state, this is the method that we have to use to turn on Bluetooth state. And here you have to pass true or false. True means you want to turn on Bluetooth, false means you want to turn off Bluetooth. So let's just pass true here, and if I just run this now, you'll see it will ask for turning on Bluetooth here. So I have some error here. Okay, so there are 3G here, which should be only 2. So again, let me just again run this, and this time we should be able to turn on Bluetooth here. See, it says Python 3s wants to turn on Bluetooth, so simply allow, and it will turn on Bluetooth here. Okay, as you can see, it has turned on Bluetooth. So again, you can pass an else statement here, and you can simply copy this line. So let me just copy this line here and paste it here. Okay, let's put false here. So it means if Bluetooth is false on this time, we have to turn it off. So let's just run this, and this will turn off Bluetooth for us. So as you can see, Bluetooth is now turned off. Okay, so this is how you can turn on or off Bluetooth using Android helper. Now we are going to learn three more things, like to check if our screen is on, check if Wi-Fi is on, and check if airplane mode is on. Okay, so for this we can write this simple use this simple method. So droid dot check screen on. Okay, this is the method that we can use to check if our screen is on or off. Okay, so let me just run this. It says true. Basically our screen is on, that's why we are able to code. Okay, now let's say if we want to check if our Wi-Fi is on. So what we can do, we can simply type check Wi-Fi state here, and it will tell us if our Wi-Fi is on or off. Okay, so result is false, it means our Wi-Fi is off. As you can see, it's off here. Now the next thing is, let's check if our airplane mode is on or off. So for this we can use this command airplane mode here. So if I just run this again, I'll get false as my airplane mode is currently off. Okay, so this is how you can check if your screen, Wi-Fi or airplane mode is on or off. Okay, now we are going to learn how to turn on Wi-Fi and airplane mode. Okay, so for this again we can simply use these methods, which is droid dot toggle Wi-Fi state. So let me just type it, toggle Wi-Fi state, and again you have to pass true or false here. So if you want to turn it on, you can simply pass true here. So if I just run it, and here it says turn on Wi-Fi on or off. So if you just allow once, and you will be able to see Wi-Fi is on here. Okay, again you can just pass false here to turn it off. Okay, so let me just run it, and our Wi-Fi will be off now. So as you can see, Wi-Fi is off here. Okay, the next thing that we can do is turn on Wi-Fi airplane mode. So for this we can simply use this method, airplane mode. Okay, something like this, and we can simply pass true here to turn on airplane mode here. So let's see. Okay, so I guess airplane mode didn't work. It might work on a system. Okay, so why didn't it work? There are few methods that doesn't work on my phone, but it may work on yours. Okay, so this is how you can use this. Here we are going to make our system speak something. Okay, so you can simply use this method tts speak, and you can pass your message here, whatever you want to make your Android phone speak. Okay, so I'll simply type hello Batman. You can type whatever you want. Okay, and if you just run this, you will see our system will now able to say hello Batman. Okay, here we are going to use speech recognition. So for this you can simply type recognize speech. You can use this method here. So let me just type it, recognize speech, and just pass it, and if you run this, yeah, it will open the listening prompt for us. Hello Batman. Hello Batman. Okay, so here as you can see, it says result equals hello Batman. Okay, so this is how you can use speech recognition. Now we are going to learn how can we take pictures. Okay, so for this first we have to create a variable path, and here we have to store the path where we want to save our picture. So now on Android, if you are using Android, here storage slash emulated slash 0 means we are going to save our picture in our internal memory. Okay, then after there's a DCIM folder, and then there's a camera folder. Inside that I'll save my picture by the name test.jpg. Okay, so you have to pass a full path here where you want to save your file, and also in the end you have to pass the file name. Like here I am passing test.jpg. So once done here, you can use this method, droid dot camera capture picture. So camera capture picture. Okay, so once done, you can just run it, and it will take picture for us and save it at the specified path. So if I just run this, you'll see it will here I have some error, so I have used um, extra parenthesis here. Let me just remove this, and if I just run this, it will turn on camera for me and it will take the picture automatically. Okay, so if I just see, it had taken the picture here, and if I just go to the folder where I have passed the path of, you'll see I'll get a picture here. So let it get open and I should be able to get the picture. Okay, so let it get open. Yes, so this is the test.jpg that I have just clicked. Okay, so it takes the picture automatically, so keep this thing in mind. Learn how can we get our last known location. Also we'll be learning geocoding. Okay, basically geocoding means taking latitudes and longitudes and converting it into a readable area. Okay, suppose you know the latitude and longitude of some area, by getting it, the area name is known as geocoding. So let's see how can we do that. So first of all, I'll create a variable log which will store my current location. Okay, so you can get the current location by using this method, get last known location. Okay, and let's just print log for us, and if I just print it, you will see it will print the location for us. Okay, again this is a name tuple. You can I just want the result, so I'll simply use here pass 1 here. Okay, now what I will do, I'll once again run this and show you, and see here it says GPS equals none and network. See, there are two types of location, one is provided by the GPS and another is provided by the network. So what you can use any of these, either GPS or the network. So currently I'm going to use the GPS location here. So I'm just going to extract latitude and longitude from this dictionary now. Okay, so I'll create a variable lat, and what I will do, I'll simply do something like this. Let me just remove this, I do not need this line here. So log, and here I'll simply use 1, which means we have only got the extracted the result. Okay, then you have to pass this key here, passive. This was the key in the dictionary, if you have noticed, and then you have to pass one more key, that is the latitude, to get the latitude here. Okay, so again these are keys in the dictionary that we have just printed a second before. Okay, so let me just copy it and paste it here back. So here I'll use a lon here, which will store our longitude, and here you have to simply pass longitude here. Okay, now we can I can simply show you by printing lat and lon. So let me just run this. I hope you have basic knowledge of dictionaries, so how to get the keys here. So I have got some error here. Let's see what is this, and it says latitude. It should be tude. Okay, not tide. So latitude and longitude. So if I just again run this time I should get the latitude and longitude. So this is my latitude and longitude, my current last known location. Okay, so the next thing is what I can do, I can simply try converting into geocoding. So to use geocoding, you can do this droid dot geocode, and you can simply pass this lat and lon to get our current location. Okay, now I'll wrap it inside my print function to get the output. So print, and if I just run this, you will see we'll get our location here. So it says admin area is Uttar Pradesh, country is India, and location or locality is Kanpur. This is currently where I am in, and postal code is 208010. So you can see this is too much accurate for me. Actually my postal code is this one too. Okay, so this is how you can get the current last known location using androidhelper. Okay, here we are going to learn how can we play audio files using androidhelper. Okay, so again we have to create a variable path which will store the path for our media file, or here I'm simply using a mp3 file from Attack on Titan. Okay, now I hope I don't get an copyright for this. So once done, you've created the path variable, you can play the media like this. First of all, let me just check if our media is playing or not. Okay, so you can simply use this method, media is playing, and you can simply put it inside print function to check if media is playing or not. So print droid dot media is playing, and it will tell us if the media is playing or not. Okay, so false, so it means media is not playing. So once done, what we can do, we can simply use this method droid dot media play, and here you have to pass the path of your media which you want to play or audio file. Okay, so simply you can run this and the music will start playing. So as you can see, a background music is playing. Okay, the music is playing in the background. So now if you want to close this, what you can do, you can simply use this method media play close. Okay, and if you just run this, media will stop playing. As you can see, media has stopped playing. Okay, so this is how you can play audio, turn it on or off. Okay, there also an option to pause it, which is media play pause, where P and P will be kept again, and here it will turn on, pause or pause it on or off. Okay, so let's see how can we get our contacts here. So for this we are going to use, first of all we'll learn how can we get total number of contacts saved on our phone. So contacts get count is the method that you can use to find out how many contacts you have saved on your phone. So here as you can see, I have 186 contacts saved on my phone currently. And the next thing that you can do is you can fetch the name of all the contacts like this dot contacts and get. Okay, so this is the method that you can use to print all the contacts. So let it get executed. Now it only shows us the name and not the number. Okay, so as you can see, it first of all shows the ID and the name. Okay, so this is the way you can fetch all the contacts on your system or phone. Okay, the next thing is you can also do this. Let me just comment it, and you can do this print draw dot get contacts by id. Okay, so contacts get by id, this is a method which you can use to get a contact by id. Id was previously printed when we used contact get method. Okay, so if I just simply pass 2 here, it will print my contact id with 2 here. So as you can see, id is 2 and name is this. Okay, so this is how you can get the contacts from your system. Now you cannot get phone numbers, you can only get the contact names using this method. Okay, previously we saw how can we find out total number of contacts and contacts name. Now let's see how can we view contacts here. Okay, so you can use this method droid.pick contacts, and if you just run this, it will open our contacts application for us, and it will ask us to select. Here I have got an error, it should be contact not contacts here. Okay, so if I just run this, will it will open this app for us. Here you can select any contact. Let me just select this one, and it will print all the things here. Okay, related to the contact. But see, again it's not printing the phone number. So if you want the phone number, what you can do, you can use another method here, that is pick phone. Okay, so if we just run this, again it will open the contacts application, and it will ask us to select an phone number from here. So I will simply can select anyone, and here as you can see in the result it's printing the phone number. Okay, so this is how you can pick contacts using Android helper. So now we are going to learn how can we make a phone call. Okay, so for this you have to create a variable phone where you have to store your phone number by on which you want to make the phone call. So the next thing that you have to do is you have to use this method, that is phone call number. So phone call number. Okay, you can use this method to call a phone. Here you have to pass your number, so I'll simply pass it like this. If I just run this, it will call this phone number. If you have single sim, it will automatically call it, but if you have double sim, it will ask for a sim card to choose. So you can choose your sim. Okay, so it's the invalid number. Okay, as I can show you the real number. Okay, so this is you can make a phone call using this Android helper. There's one more method that you can use. Suppose if you want to type this number on your dial pad, you can simply do this dial. Okay, if you run this, it will simply open it on your dial pad, so like this. Okay, now we are going to learn how can we read and delete inbox messages using Android helper. So for this, first of all, let's learn how many messages I have got in my message box. So for this, we'll be using first the print function, then the droid. Again, this is your object name. Then the method that we are going to use is SMS get message count. So message count, and here it takes an argument. You have to pass either true or false. So if you are passing true, it means it will only print count those messages we have which are currently unread, okay, which you haven't opened. And if you are passing false, it will count all the messages that you have got. So I'll simply pass false here. Okay, if I just run this, it will print the total number of messages that I have got. So see, total are 567 SMSs that I have got. So the next thing is, let's try printing messages. So print droid dot sms get messages. Okay, so sms get messages, and again here you have to pass read only, either true or false. So if you pass true, it will only print those messages which are currently unread, and if you pass false, it will print all the messages. Okay, so if I just pass false here, it will print all the messages that I have got on my system. So if I just run this, it will print a huge amount of messages. Okay, so yes, this is it. I can't show you all my messages. Okay, let me just run this. I have to show one thing to you. Let me just scroll above. So it's a lot. Okay, so see, the first message that I have got is has the ID 583. Now what I want to do is I want to delete this message. So let's see how can we do this. Remember the ID 583. Okay, so if I just now uh, run this method droid dot, let me just comment this line. Okay, we do not need to print it again. So SMS delete message, SMS delete messages, message, sorry. Here you have to pass the ID, and ID we have saw it was 583. Okay, why I'm putting inside print, it will return true, it means message was deleted successfully. Otherwise, if false, it means the message wasn't deleted. So let's just run this, and result ID 567, result equals false. So due to some reasons, it wasn't deleted from my system. Okay, however, it may delete and get deleted from your system. So this is how you can read and delete inbox messages using Android helper. So now we are going to learn how can we send an SMS using Android helper. So again, you have to create a phone variable, and here you have to store your phone number to which you want to send the SMS. Now you can simply use this droid dot SMS send, and here the first thing argument is phone to which you want to send the SMS, then your message, whatever your message you want to send. So I'll simply write it like this. If I just run this, you will see nothing will be printed on our screen if I just press enter. But if I go to my messages app, you'll see this message was sent. Now this number is incorrect, that why it failed. But if it was correct, the message would be sent successfully. Okay, so this is how you can send SMS using Android helper. To learn how can we send emails using Android helper, so for this you have to create few variables. First variable is to the email ID where to which you want to send the email, then the subject of the email, then the body of the mail. Then if you have some attachments, you have to pass the path of those attachments. Okay, now if you have multiple you want to send this email to multiple people, so you can just put it all this inside a list like this, separated by commas. Similarly, if you have multiple attachments, you can put all these in a list separated by commas. Okay, so I have no attachment that I do not want to send any attachment currently. So I'll simply type droid dot send email, and here we are going to pass these variables to subject, then body. Remember the order. Okay, So this is it. I have no attachment, so I am not passing attachment variable. You can pass it if you have some. So if you just run this, this will open either our email or it will directly send email for us. Okay, so if I just click Gmail here, it will put all these things in Gmail and it will send it. Okay, so let it get open. So loading, it's loading. Okay, so this is how you can send it. If you just press this, it will send the email. Okay, so this is how you can send emails using Android helper and Python. Okay, we are going to learn how can we vibrate our phone. So it's very simple. Simply type droid dot vibrate, and here you have to pass a certain integer. It's in milliseconds, so I want to vibrate my phone for 1 second, so I'll simply pass 1000 here because 1 second equals 1000 milliseconds. Okay, if I just run this, my system will vibrate for 1 second. Okay, so yep, this is how you can vibrate your phone using Android helper. So I hope you have learned a lot of things and you have basic idea of how you can use Android helper. Now I'll pass the link for the complete documentation of Android helper in the video description. You can check out that link and there are a lot more methods that you can use. So in this video, this is the final thing that we are going to do, that is we are going to create a dialog box. Okay, now a dialog box is a way using which you can get user input. Now there are different type of dialog boxes, like you can ask the user to enter an input, enter a password, enter you can ask them to create time, or ask select some time, select some date, select some color. You can create horizontal progress, and there are a lot of things you can use create using dialogues. Okay, so we are going to create a simple dialog. So how to create a dialog? You can simply create it like this: droid dot get, sorry, dialog get input, like this. Okay, and it takes two things here, this method. Okay, so first, title of the dialog, so I'll simply pass a question. I'll pass the title as question. You can give your dialog box any title, and here I will simply type enter your name. Okay, and I'll just do this. So you can again print it, but instead of printing it, I'm just going to make a toast here that we learned in the starting of this tutorial. So print uh, make to, sorry, we do not need the print here. So droid dot make toast, and here I'm going to use the f strings here. So hello, here I'll be using inp and then the index. Again, this is a name tuple, so you can use indexing here. Okay, and if I just run this, it will create a dialog box first, and it will ask me to enter name. Okay, so this is a title question, and then the message enter your name. So you can use pass your name here. So I'll simply pass pyguru, and it will see here's the toast, hello pyguru. Okay, so this is how you can use dialog boxes. So there are different types of dialog boxes that you can create using Android helper. Now I'll pass the link of this documentation for Android helper in the video description. Since you have basic idea of how to use them, you can just check out all the possible methods that are available in the this particular Android helper. Okay, so this is it for this video, guys. I hope you love this video. If you find this useful, leave a like or a dislike. If you're new to my channel, subscribe it. Thank you. See you in the next video.